Hi, this is Ray. I'm here at React Miami with Rashmi Nagpal. Rashmi, thank you for taking the time to sit and have a chat with me.
Thank you for having me here.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about who you are, who you work for, and what it is you do?
Absolutely, sure. I'm a software engineer by profession, but a researcher by passion. And so I generally work in the large language models, which is the hype also nowadays. And I work at the Cactus Communication, which is an organization based in India. And parallelly, also, I work at MIT and also pursuing my research interest there.
Cool.
So that's also basically in machine learning and the deep learning stuff.
I got you. So you're very big into the space that's very much exploded in the recent times.
Absolutely, yeah. I think a lot of problems or the real world problems are there which have not been solved yet by the AI, and I think we can leverage. And this is the exciting times. You can see a lot of LLMs models slash releasing every now and then. Like last in March in itself, approximately 500 applications of the Chat GPT base have been released. So that's exciting to know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. You just finished your talk here at React
Yes.
Miami. How'd it go?
I think I loved it, but at the same time, giving the live demos are always like nerve wracking.
Right.
And then there was a fire alarm which started in between my talk. I was like, okay, whether the AI need to build AI applications just to predict when the fire alarm is going to start.
Yeah,
So that was fine.
but what if it was the AI that set the alarm off? That would be
Oh
no.
wow.
I'm just kidding. How do you like the conference itself?
I think it's very inclusive conference first of all, and the second is traveling all the way from India to attend this conference and making pile of friends. I would say is it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are really lovely and warm. So you can just go to any person and just talk about which tech stack they're working on, slash what are the applications of the projects. You just brainstorm with them.
Right. Yeah. No, I think it's a great community here. Do you have any experience when it comes to low code platforms?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what kind?
In general, I think when I teach the kids or slash women back in India from underprivileged background, they don't have the access to the computer slash the programming languages. So I just use local programming so that people, those are laymen, can also build the applications. Why
Right.
not? To leverage certain tools which are already available in the market.
Okay, so like from an educational perspective.
Yes, that's right.
What low code do you use?
So it's like GitHub Copilot is also one of those application, and the Chat GPT plugins are also, of course, there. So you just need to add on the prompt.
Okay, so you're using ChatGPT
Yes.
from a low code perspective to help educate. That's really cool. That's really awesome. Have you used low code from like a development perspective at all?
Not yet. Yeah.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's right.
so if I say that from like with the developer hat on, if I say you should use low code, what would your thoughts be about that idea? Positive or negative?
Oh, I think then I will be losing my job in itself.
Okay, so yeah, as a developer, sometimes we feel like low code takes away from what we want to do. We're a developer.
Absolutely. And I also think the thrill of when you're developing, when you're debugging by yourself, it doesn't happen with the low code. Oh, you already given a lot of samples and answers. Of course, it's more precise slash accurate. While as a developer, I always want to have that thrill of developing by myself, just brainstorming. Maybe
Right.
this is the better way or that's a better approach. Like just thinking creatively and critically in order to get the solution is something as a developer I would prefer not to use some low code tools.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there anything else that you'd want to talk about that you're maybe passionate about?
Yeah, I think LLMs is definitely the technique or slash the phenomenon which I'm really passionate about. But I think a lot of applications and use cases are possible which have not yet been tapped into, especially the disinformation which can be used. It can be spread across using LLMs, and the people are not sure about it. There is, of course, a lot of hype with the LLMs which are happening in like developed nowadays, but there are some ethicals and like fate concerns. What I meant by the fate is fairness, accountability, transparency, ethical concerns revolving around those techniques.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where would someone go to learn more about those kinds of things?
I think as a researcher, I would prefer to read more and more research papers just on Google Scholar typing these keyword terms. But also there are a lot of seminars which happen, and then people can also just get acquainted with what these technologies are doing behind the hoods and just understanding what's the architecture and what their implications could be.
Right. Okay. Okay. So if we were to Google like language learning model fate, would we get a good understanding of some of the stuff that you're talking about here?
Yeah, I think, and also following the influencers like the Temnet Guru is something one of the very well-known researcher. She worked at the Google AI previously, and also watching seminars. And there are a lot of societies also, but those are working towards ethical AI system.
Okay.
So yeah, just following that.
Okay, cool. Thank you for taking the time to
Thank
sit
you
and have
so
a
much
chat.
for having me.